The stuff in the bubble is fascinating. Fascinating. I mean, TJ Warren is looking like freaking Dominique Wilkins and George Gervin mixed into one. The Memphis Grizzlies can't buy a win. 0-4. I'm telling you, Portland's getting that spot. Portland beat Houston last night. And Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic. Other night, Rob, 34 points, 20 rebounds, 12 assists in a W over Sacramento. And that made him, at a guy that's 21 years old, 158 days. So 21 years, 158 days years old, or old. He becomes the youngest player ever to finish a game with 30 or more points, 20 or more rebounds, and 10 or more assists. Shattering, and this is true, shattering Oscar Robertson's record of 23 years and 12 days. So he's much younger than Oscar. He's a year and a half younger than Oscar Robertson was.
Was the game the same when Oscar played?
It was actually much faster. So, yeah. I mean, there was just as much, probably more opportunity for rebounds back then because they shot a lot more and they missed a lot more.
Yeah, but there were also there were no threes. It's a different game. It's a different game.
So what are you saying?
Sometimes when you look at these stats or whatever, I just don't think they're fair comparisons on how the game was played compared to where they are now. And that's not to take anything. Luka's a great player.
So what year, I mean, to compare the numbers back then.
I'm just looking at it and
like
saying.
There was a unwritten rule on how many black players could be in the league. So Wilt and Oscar, they weren't facing. They weren't facing.
No, I'm just saying. I just say that the game is different. It's different from 20 years ago. The game is different. That's all.
Yeah, but the numbers.
And I think it's easier.
Numbers.
I think it's easier to score and easier to do things now because of the way that you can't play defense on guys. That's all. And I'm not going to knock him or say he's not a great player. He's great, and he's done everything that you could ask for him to do. But I think a lot of the stuff we're seeing now is overinflated and a little different because of the way that the game is played. That's all. And that's not a knock on him. That's just putting it into perspective when you look at it. So everything now, everybody thinks everybody's the greatest who ever played now because of the way the game is.
Who
a lot of people.
That?
A lot of people.
Who thinks who? They say LeBron, but LeBron came in years ago when the game wasn't played that much different.
Just a lot. I think that we're so quick and so apt to talk about what happened yesterday as if, oh, my God, this has never happened before. I just think it's different. I don't want to be a party pooper or Debbie Downer, I just think it's different.
We don't take it away from Oscar Robertson. Now, some of the analytics guys did, actually. They tried to poo-poo his triple-double because the pace was so fast. And like I said, team shot a lot more. The shooting percentage was much lower. And so there were way more rebounds to be had than there are today. But nobody took away the fact that he averaged a triple-double for a season. And so I agree with you that it's easier to score. There's no doubt.
That's all I said.
It's easier to score. But the fact is his numbers are, even in this day and age, his numbers are unprecedented. 20 – it's your second season to average 29 points, 9.5 rebounds, 8.8 assists. And here's the kicker, Rob. They're winning. They're going to make the playoffs in the Western Conference. So with all that said, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to say it. Luka Doncic is the best 20-year-old in the history of the NBA. That's right. Do I need to repeat myself? Luka Doncic is the best 20-year-old in the history of the NBA. Now, keep in mind,
Chris,
Jordan, Wilt were not in the NBA at 20. So you're really talking about he's competing with guys like Magic Johnson, who was great at 20. Magic was the finals MVP and had what I've often argued is probably the greatest individual performance in NBA history in Game 6 of the finals. But that season, Kareem was the league MVP. Kareem was, would have been Finals MVP had he not gotten hurt the game before and not played. And so, and Norm Nixon, Magic may not. I don't even know that Magic led the Lakers in assists that year. I think it may have been Norm Nixon. And so LeBron was greatest his second year at 27 points, 7 boards, 7 assists. Those are good. Not the same numbers as Doncic. Doncic's field goal percentage, I believe, is better too. Check that, Rob G, though. I'm not sure. And again, LeBron did not lead Cleveland to the playoffs in his second season. So who would be better? I mean, you're looking at.
Does Doncic have a better team than LeBron had his second year? Would you say he has a? He's
got Kristaps. Well, other than Kristaps, I mean, you're talking about a bunch of nondescript guys: Tim Hardaway Jr., Dwight Powell. Nothing special.
But his number 2 guy isn't good.
Kristaps is good. Kristaps is good.
Anybody as good as that for LeBron?
No.
Okay. I'm just asking.
So are you denying it?
Yeah, I would take LeBron at 20 years old over him. I do not believe that just because he has a couple of points more or whatever that he's better than LeBron at 20.
But it's not that. It's leading your team to the playoffs.
I got it, but I think he has a better number 2 guy than LeBron had at the same time, which was different. And I don't believe that he's a better player than LeBron at 20. I would take LeBron. And I think that this is up your alley. Like everybody you see new is the greatest. That's like your new hook.
Really? Who do I say is the greatest basketball player?
No, I'm talking about new players, new guys who come along.
Well, then why do I say Jordan's
Patrick
the GOAT?
Mahomes. I'm just talking about new players now.
Why do I say Jordan's the GOAT
Every
if I'm
player
saying
that comes
everybody
along,
new?
Dak's elite. Anybody who comes,
I never said Dak's elite. I said he's en route to being elite.
Who's now?
You're a journalist. You know accuracy is important. Don't sit here and say I'm making a decision, declaration that I'm not.
Is Jordan?
You're just cautious. This is up your alley. I can't. I gotta see more. How much more you gotta see?
And now Luka.
Make a decision.
Luka and Dak won like 3 games over nobody to start the season, and you were like, oh yeah.
Luka
They're going to the
Dak?
Super Bowl.
Is that what you just said? Luka and Dak.
I'm just giving you the names of
guys.
I mean,
what does that mean? Luka and
fine.
Dak? How does Luka and Dak go together?
No, I'm saying you were on this bandwagon after he got off to a great start. After
what did
Dak
I say? He's en route to being elite, and I stand by that. I never said he's elite.
Mahomes is Jordan-esque, but last year he went from, and we had a bet on this.
He won the Super Bowl.
He went. No. I'm talking about his numbers.
His numbers are great.
Can I talk his numbers? Last year, he went from 50 touchdowns to 26. He also didn't lead in any statistical.
3 games.
He missed 2 games.
Okay.
And you know what? Drew Brees had more touchdowns than him and
who
had
was better
3
last
less
year?
games.
Patrick Mahomes or Drew Brees?
No, my point is
who was better?
That you can't use that as an excuse.
Cut to the chase.
Use it. No, you can't use it as an excuse. My point is,
I stand by everything with Pat Mahomes.
Last year, Mahomes
Please.
didn't lead in any major category of quarterback. That's all I'm saying is that he went from the 50 touchdowns to he's Jordan-esque to middle of the pack with his stats. He went from 50 touchdowns to 26.
Did you actually just say middle of the pack?
Yeah, middle of the pack.
Okay.
He wasn't in the top 10 in any
the best quarterback in football.
No, he's not. And that's why he wasn't number 1.
Who's better?
Lamar Jackson's the best player in the league, and that's why he was voted the best player in the league.
Stop it.
He was
you don't
unanimous
even believe that.
MVP.
I can tell by your voice.
Yes, I do.
You just want to be argumentative.
No,
you don't
I don't
believe that.
I just can't. It's hard to sit here every day where everybody's great every day. Oh, my God.
Well, it's hard to sit here for you when you can't make a decision.
Everybody's great. I'd make a decision.
No, it's too early.
No,
If you talk about me being obvious, how about you, Captain Obvious? Captain Caution. That's who you
Captain,
are.
No, but you're Captain Obvious.
He's only in his 8th year in the league. I need to see more. What?
Because
can you watch the game and see who can play?
Yeah, no, but It takes time before you can make these snap
it?
decisions. That's all.
Really? No.
Yeah, because you know what? Because if we had a radio show back when Dan Marino had his second year and went to the Super Bowl, you would have been telling everybody he was Jordan-esque. And he was going to the Super Bowl 3 years in a row.
How do you know that?
Because that's who you are.
That's who you are. I am at all.
That's who you are.
You don't
when it
know
comes
who
to
I
a radio show, I do know who you are.
No, you don't.
I'm on the radio with you 3 hours every day. You say the same thing. I'm not buying it.
How about Captain Caution? You know what? I got to see more. No, you don't need to see more. Do you watch the games or do you just look at stats? You just look at the box score. You can look. I can watch the game and know who's good and who's got Hall of Fame potential. I can do that. Now, maybe you can't. But don't come at me because you can't watch a basketball game or a football game and say he's got it. He can throw the ball. He can run the ball. He can shoot the ball. He can pass the ball. If you want to be Captain Cautious, be that. But don't come at me because I'm not afraid to put myself out there, unlike you. And let's see what the callers think. 877-99 on Fox.
I think the listeners will understand what I'm saying.
69. That's fine, and that's their right. I'm just saying I'm not going to let you call me out of my name and tell me who I am and what I am when you have no idea. I don't ever tell you who you are, so don't tell me who I am.
It's funny because you just called me Captain Cautious, but now you said
I called you that. I never have said this is who you are.
But what does that mean then? What does it mean? I'm not that?
It means you're cautious.
Okay, so what does that mean? You know me? You know how cautious I am?
Yeah, because you do it all the time.
Okay, just like you do it
all
the time.
You want to get to the listeners or not? Is Luka Doncic the greatest 20-year-old in NBA history?
All right, Eric in Indiana, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
All right. Hey, Chris and Rob, thanks for taking the call.
Yeah.
Wanted to say with Luka, I can't declaratively state either way. There is nuance and context here. The game, as Rob said, is a lot different. We've got expansion, and also, as Chris said, there are teammates, as Rob said, there were teammates to consider. So
yep, that's it.
I would say he's on a short list of any, list of great 20-year-old players.
Magic.
I'd say they're both on it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the short list. All right. I hear you.
All right. Appreciate it, Eric. Thank you, buddy. Don in Columbus, Ohio. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, Chris. No way, no how, man. Rob's exactly right. Every single day, it's a new person who's the greatest in the world.
Okay, tell me who. Tell me who.
You got to stop. Yeah.
Tell me who.
You go with everything everybody say for real.
Give me a name. Give me a name. Pat Mahomes. What have I said about Pat Mahomes?
Dak Prescott. Oh, he's the greatest. He's Jordan.
Stop it. Don't give me that. Dak Prescott's Jordan. I really said that. If you going to call up here, come with facts.
He's coming with facts.
When I said Dak Prescott is Jordan, that's not a fact.
No, I said you said Pat Mahomes was, but check this out. Not even that. You tell Rob all the time, you say, use your eyes, you can look and see. Well, you can look and see clearly that the game is changing, that Luka Doncic is not the best 20-year-old that we have ever seen. That's all I'm going to say, man.
Who is?
Oh, it's a couple people who was better than Magic Johnson, LeBron James. It's a few people who was better than him now.
Yeah,
come on, man.
I wouldn't say Magic.
I totally agree.
Better.
Don, I'm with you. 100%. Jack in Vegas, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jack?
Everything's good. First time caller, long time listener. Appreciate both of you guys, Chris and Rob. And so, Chris, I have to disagree with you regarding the best 20-year-old ever. One of the things I want to say briefly is we got to let it play out. So if Dallas was to win a championship this year, hey, man, it'd be tough for me to – then I maybe would have to put him over Magic.
He got to win a championship?
Bro, listen, Magic –
LeBron didn't lead him to the playoffs.
Well, you mentioned, Kareem was the MVP of the regular season, but Kareem didn't play in that Game 6. I don't think we'll ever have anyone that'll drop 42, 15, and 7 and a chip.
I said it was
on a big stage on a big stage. That's from a 20-year-old.
I said it was probably the best individual game ever played. I never took anything from that game from Magic. Never. Yeah. But it was one game.
It's a heck of a game. But it's a finals game,
Magic
though.
Wasn't even rookie of the year. Magic wasn't rookie of the year.
But he got that ring,
Larry Bird was.
And he got finals MVP, I believe.
Well, because of that game 6. Not because of the whole series. Y'all got to know. I know Luka Doncic is in the MVP race. He's probably going to be in the top 5 MVP voters. What 20-year-old can say that? None. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all can call up with your feelings. I'm coming with facts.
Marty in Kentucky, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Happy Worship Wednesday, fellas.
What's up, man?
Man, being it's Worship Wednesday, I'm going to pray for these amateurs Friday night. I hope they bring the content.
That's right. The first time Friday. That's right.
I'm ready to hear it. I'm excited about it. I'll be listening. I hate to say this, but I think it might be the first time ever I agree with Rob on basketball. I'm seeing prison bars, and the prison bars are the moment, and I see Chris Broussard locked inside of it. He's being a prisoner of the moment. LeBron, to me, is far better. It's not even comparable. I believe Lou Alcindor in college at the age of 20 was better.
Well, and I give you, but that's why we're not talking about that. If you want to say LeBron, fine, but we Jordan, I'm sure, was better at 20, but he wasn't in the pros. So yeah,
well, LeBron had nothing around him. LeBron had zero around him, nothing, and you know, Luka's got some players around him. He's got some decent players.
He got Kristaps, and he's got a great coach. All right. Is that it?
Mark in Sacramento. You're on the Odd Couple.
All right.
Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Mark?
Hey, real quick, guys. I'm a Laker fan lifelong. Chris, you left out a few facts. They couldn't get Norm Nixon out of town fast enough to San Diego to get Byron Scott is why that happened. So that was just delayed. When Magic stepped on that court.
Why that happened? What do you mean?
Because you keep talking about Norm Nixon led them in assists. Well,
right.
He did, but when you watch the games, Magic Johnson was in control. He was out there. Norm Nixon had to defer, and they couldn't get that trade made to San Diego to get Byron Scott soon enough. That's the only reason why Magic didn't take that over. He was a much better player at 19. Better player at 19.
Norm Nixon played with the Lakers for like 4 more seasons. What are you talking about?
No, go back and take a look at that, Chris. Go back and take a look.
He did. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
I know they had to get it out of his hands, so that's why they traded him. But he was with the Lakers until 1983.
Go by the eye test. Well, when that man stepped out there, you knew Magic Johnson was better. Look how long it took Luka, and the game was different. And LeBron James.
How long it took Luka?
You just knew what you saw. Well, look how long when they stepped on the court, you knew that they were the best when they came out there at that age. You just knew it. You don't know that about Luka. You're just now starting to see it.
Really? He averaged 20 as a rookie. What are you talking about? Dude's hating, but it's good. It's all good. It's the Odd Couple.